I'm Wolf from Healing Wolf Coaching, here to dream with you into the reality of recovery. We dream it first and then it comes. So let's breathe in beautiful flowers, orchids, purple orchids. Then exhale, storm clouds, letting rain fall on the landscape. When I was at the bottom of my recovery journey, bedbound, trauma after trauma, death, horrible accidents, crazy stuff going on all around me. I mean, within a year span, my father died, my cousin died before that, my aunt died. Maybe it was more than a year, it was maybe a year and a half, 2 years. My neighbor was impaled on a post, like Jesus. He was up on a crucifix made of a metal garden post. I mean, there was just traumatic stuff going on, and it was heavy. My system was shaking and shaking and shaking, and I was in bed. I was despairing, and as I was in that space, I started this kind of bucket list, or even a fuck it list, like a list of like, fuck it, if I live, I'm gonna do this stuff. So it's not just a bucket list, but it's like, if I live, I'm gonna have a life that I never thought I was gonna have. That's how I was feeling. If I make it through to a point where I have life again, I'm gonna go do some stuff. And so last week, I did one of those things. I watched this documentary called A Man Named Pearl, and it's beautiful. It's about this man in rural South Carolina, Bishopsville, South Carolina. And he's named Pearl. And he moves into this neighborhood. He buys land, builds a house, I think. And he moves into the neighborhood, and the neighbors are racist. He's a black man named Pearl, and the neighbors are thinking there's kind of this idea that a black man will not take care of his yard, keep his lawn, which I think is a silly, stupid idea. My black friends, they have beautiful yards. They're gardeners. They nurture. I mean, it's just a stupid idea. But Pearl was going to prove him wrong. In the documentary, he said he set out to create an amazing garden. And he did topiary gardening, so I don't even know if he had any training in it, but this is the magic of the whole film, is he goes behind the hardware store, and there are plants that people have abandoned. They just threw them out. They're dead. And he would pick them up, and he put them in his yard, and he would nurture them. And he grew them, and then he started to trim them into beautiful forms. He shaped them. He had artistry, and he created this amazing stuff. So when I was down at the bottom, I put that on my list, on my fuck it list. Fuck it, if I live, if I get through this hell, I'm gonna make it to Pearl Fryer's garden. And I did last week. I made it to South Carolina, and I drove down there, and I cried. My eyes were watering because I was looking back on that earlier wolf, that younger wolf, that wolf in chronic pain, that bedbound wolf, and seeing him just believing and going through hell, but knowing he was going to make it to Pearl Fryer's garden. And he made it to the topiary garden. Now, it was a little sad too, because Pearl Fryer, I'm not sure of his health condition, where he is, and he was an older man, even in the film, I believe. And so the house was quiet. There were some cars behind it, but the blinds were drawn on all the windows, so I didn't get to see him, didn't get to meet him. And so did some breath work in the garden, and then just felt the energy. That garden had fallen into some more natural state. There were some vines that were taking over some of the giant topiary forms that were trees that he shaped into different forms, like abstract art type of forms. In Disney, they do topiary garden where it's like Mickey Mouse. So this was different. This was just like almost looked like otherworldly, like spaceships or something. And so I enjoyed it. I made it. And the point of this video is for you, if you're in despair, or if you've been struggling with whatever it is, chronic pain, anxiety, any protective sensations, any of those sensations, that you go ahead and make that list. I didn't actually list it out on paper or in my phone, but if you make that list, even in your mind, and visualize yourself getting there and going there and doing things, then you're going to do them. I mean, another thing that I visualized was going surfing, going in the ocean again. And shoot, I've been in the ocean maybe 100 times, at least 50 times since I recovered, since I came out of that deep bedbound chronic pain situation. I've been surfing, I've been swimming, I've been cold plunging into the frigid waters of New Year's Day in Massachusetts. I mean, I've been in the ocean a lot, and it's been amazing. So visualize that for yourself. Think about what you want to add on your list, and if you're experiencing some emotions related to sensations on a particular day, then pull that up in your mind and say, I'm going here, I'm going there. Sometimes the athletes will say, when I win this or that, I'm going to Disney. When I win the Super Bowl, I'm going to Disney, whatever. And be like that. Say, when I come through this part of my journey where I've been really limited, I'm going to get out. I'm going to go see Pearl Fryer's Garden. Do yourself a favor. Go watch that film, A Man Named Pearl. If it's easy enough to find, I'm not sure even how I saw it. Probably, I don't know if it was Netflix or maybe the library app, Canopy, something. So check out the film. There's probably some little clips of it on YouTube if you want to just get a taste of it. And then maybe you too will go to Pearl Fryer's Garden. And I'd say if I lived in the area, I would go and help fix that garden. I don't live there, so I'm not able to do that. But the words that he had, he created flower beds in the that you could see from an airplane. Maybe you could see from the ground too, but from a drone or an airplane you could really see them. And I believe it was love, peace, and goodwill. So that's what I'm sending you off with today. Love, peace, and goodwill. Knowing that you're going to make it to your bucket list. You're going to get there. I know you're going to do it. I love you. I have faith in you. And if you need help, then you go over to my website, healingwolfcoaching.com, and sign up for some coaching. I work with clients and move them forward. I accelerate their recovery. So you can do it on your own, or you can do it with guidance. I'm so thankful that I had some great coaches on my journey, and they each gave me some gems that I used that helped me move forward. None of them told me to make a bucket list, but I know some of my brothers and sisters on the journey made that list and are doing stuff. Like my sister Annie, she went to Disney, I think, a year ago after 17 years of no traveling. So bless her and bless you, and I'll see you in the next video. Please subscribe and give me a thumbs up and a comment. Put in the comments what's on your bucket list. Let me know. And then 6 months from now, or 2 months, or 6 weeks, or a year, or whatever, you're going to write to me and say, Wolf, I made it. I made it. I made it to Pearl Fryer's Garden. And then I went to Disney. Enjoy your day, evening, weekend, and I'll see you in the next video.